Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A groundbreaking moment in the battle against the coronavirus pandemic, with the CDC announcing Americans fully vaccinated do not have to wear masks in most settings. That includes indoors and outdoors. Despite the new guidance, Michigan's mask mandate remains in effect, though, tonight.
Michigan, one of 25 states still requiring masks. Governor Whitmer's current plan would not lift that mandate until the state reaches a 70% vaccine rate. And of course, right now we're at 55, well short of that. Jason Colthorpe joining us live now with how the state is reacting to the CDC's new mask guidelines, almost trying to supersede the Michigan plan here. Jason.
Yeah, it really feels like that. And so far tonight, Devin, about no reaction from the state. We'll get to that. But as for what's happened with this national decision, the CDC says the data is there on this. Transmissions are down, infections are down, and the CDC says that means vaccines are working. But if you're out there saying, well, boy, this feels like the pandemic is virtually over, think again.
I wouldn't go so far as to say it's essentially over. I think this is a very important step in the direction of trying to get back to some degree of normality.
But to be clear, getting back to normal is only for those who've been vaccinated, which is more than 117 million Americans, or 36% of the population.
The decision that the CDC made was not as an incentive to get people vaccinated, but this could actually have the indirect effect of getting people to be incentivized to get vaccinated.
But dropping the mask mandate could lead to a rise in infections among the non-vaccinated, perhaps making decisions by state agencies tougher. Michigan's Department of Health and Human Services saying only it is reviewing this newly released guidance. The White House, though, reacted immediately.
It's not an enforcement thing. We're not going to go out and arrest people. But the fact of the matter is, I still believe the vast majority of the American people care about the safety of their neighbors and care about the safety of their families. And like I said, if you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask and you can shake hands. You can even give each other a hug. But if you've not been vaccinated, please wear the mask.
Now, the twist in that brief statement from the MDHHS tonight is that while the CDC acknowledge that you don't have to wear a mask, except in cities, counties, townships where there is a mandate, which of course Michigan has. I reached out to the governor's office tonight to ask if the governor has an immediate reaction to any of this. Does she agree with what the president said? Does she have an opinion on what she wants the MDHHS to do? No answers on any of that. I was only told repeatedly that they are going to let MDHHS take the lead on this, and they will review the process. Back to you.
Still so many questions here to figure out, as you and I were talking earlier this evening. Jason, what is the word, though, then on determining if people are vaccinated?
Well, that's tricky, obviously, and you're kind of on an honor system, and who knows how that will play out in certain places of business. But Dr. Fauci made a point today in his comments saying, don't be surprised if you see some businesses that, like airlines, for certain, to ask people to prove that they've been vaccinated. Yeah. We're already seeing colleges ask students to prove it, Oakland University for one, if they're going to live on campus in the fall. So there's a lot more to see worked out in that regard. Devin.
So right. All right, Jason. Now, on the heels of the CDC's announcement, the president of the American Federation of Teachers says all children should be back in school 5 days a week in the fall.
Our Mara McDonald is live at Cass Tech. And Mara, here in Michigan, there's no statewide mandate, so it's up to each individual district on how to proceed.
Kimberly, that's right. And you know, some districts have had an easier time navigating what to do during COVID than others. I think that you getting guidance from the president of the American Federation of Teachers, from the Secretary of Education, as well as Dr. Fauci, pretty much lays out a roadmap of where they would like to see all these school districts go soon.
Conditions have changed. We can and we must reopen schools in the fall for in-person teaching, learning, and support. And we must keep them open fully and safely 5 days a week.
That's the word from the national head of the American Federation of Teachers, giving teachers a heads up on where their union leadership is headed in its decision making. And it echoes the message Education Secretary Miguel Cardona has been sending.
There's no reason to wait any longer.
With the availability of the vaccine for children 12 and up, coupled with teachers who have already had access to the vaccine, as well as mitigation measures, children need to be in school, at least according to the CDC, which has been advocating for in-person learning since December, citing evidence that schools aren't a major source of COVID-19 transmission. The state of Michigan has allowed each individual district to chart its own course through the pandemic, and some have built a consensus with their communities of parents and educators, while others have active recalls going against their various boards of education.
I believe the school should be open 5 days, full blast, just the way it was before. That we really have to do that by the time we get to the fall.
Back here live, I certainly don't think it's any coincidence you're hearing the same message out of all of these sources right now, simply because all of these school districts are in the process of finalizing up their plans for the fall. We're live at Cass Tech tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara, now to today's coronavirus numbers as Michigan's 7-day average for cases hits its lowest point in 2 months.
Today, the state reports 2,257 new cases. It also reports 112 additional deaths. The state's vaccination rate is 55.6%. That's a 0.2% increase from yesterday. Meanwhile, today was the first day children ages 12 to 15 could get their first vaccine dose. We were there as kids got the vaccine at Northwest Activity Center in Detroit and at the Beaumont Service Center in Southfield.
Detroit Mayor Duggan revealing today this year's Ford fireworks will be similar to last year's. The parade company is going to have an official announcement next week. You'll see that live here on Local 4. For now, we know that the show will be the evening of June 28th. And as always, you can watch the Ford fireworks right here on Local 4 and clickondetroit.com.
All right, well, every night this week it seems we've been talking about frost in the morning, but not tonight.
The warmer weather is about to arrive, Ben, and hopefully it's going to stick around for a while.
I think it is, guys. We're on a stretch where we could be putting 7 straight days together of 70-degree highs. Of course, that doesn't say anything about the mornings, but we are starting to turn the corner there as well. Frost advisories are in effect for a good chunk of lower Michigan. We are not in that group, thank goodness. We have skipped it here on the southeast side of the state, but you can already start to see from the current temperatures where we're seeing those outlying areas start to really decrease. 43 there in Port Huron, 44 in Ann Arbor, and we're still holding on to 57 in the metro zone there at City Airport. So we'll see these temperatures drop off to the mid 40s in the metro zone. There may be still some 30s out there, but again, I think we'll stay away from the frost tomorrow morning. And then we're on our way to 70 in the afternoon, similar to today, but just a little bit warmer, and we get the sunshine to go with it. Weather impacts over the next 4 days. Pretty much nil through the weekend. We're smooth sailing, but then rain shows up on Monday, and boy, do we need it. New drought monitor came out today, and we'll talk about what that means in just a few minutes. Okay?
Okay, Ben. A family is seeking justice for a high school student murdered in Detroit last week.
18-year-old Sean Ewing was shot to death last Monday. Happened on Tacoma Street near East State Fair and Shaner, which is on the east side of town. Family members say Ewing was just weeks away from graduating from East Point High School.
It hit different when you watch somebody grow from a baby to a young man. So I'm just asking anybody out there to help us find out who did this to our brother.
He had a big old smile every time you seen him. He was a happy kid, and we're gonna miss him.
There is a cash reward of $2,500 for tips that lead to an arrest. You can remain anonymous, of course, by calling Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP.
A man is now charged for allegedly shooting a gun in a Riverview parking lot. 19-year-old Jamal Parker is charged with assault with a dangerous weapon and gun charges. This happened Monday on Fort Street near Sibley. Police say several shots were fired. Nobody was hurt. It's unclear why those shots were fired.
Parts of I-75 are going to be closed this weekend in both Oakland County and Detroit. Beginning tomorrow night at 9, crews are going to be closing the northbound lanes from 8 Mile up to 696, as well as the southbound lanes from 696 down to I-94, with a single lane remaining open from 8 Mile to the Davison Freeway. All lanes will be open in time for the Monday morning rush hour.
Still ahead, a disturbing discovery inside a coroner's home.
The worst is the upstairs room. It smelled terrible.
What'd you find?
We have 4 bodies.
The police raid that led to more than a dozen charges just ahead.
And a mother goes for her gun after catching a registered sex offender on her roof. How long she held him at gunpoint until police got there.
But first, members of a female rap group from Southfield accused of stealing millions of dollars in an elaborate tax scheme. How it worked and how the feds eventually caught them. Next.